Today we are going to bake rolls and bread. Not in our ovens, but in our slow cookers. I've never done this before. I didn't even know you could do this until about maybe a year ago. Apron's on, let's go. In a large bowl, you're gonna add a cup of warm water, and then we're gonna add a 1/3 cup of sugar in there. Gonna dissolve that. Then I'm gonna add a tablespoon of active dry yeast, and then stir that in there. And we're gonna let this sit until it gets all foamy. Okay, it's all nice and foamy, and we're gonna add a teaspoon and a half of salt. And we're gonna stir that in. Now, this recipe calls for vegetable oil, but I am not a fan of vegetable oil. So I am going to use canola oil. In my breads, I use canola oil or olive oil. So you're going to need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. 1, 2, 3. It says to mix with your hands, so I guess we're going to play with our food. So, hands are clean, ring is off. I don't see why we couldn't have done this in the mixer, but I'm following the directions. Form it into a ball. Okay, so now I'm taking some olive oil spray and I'm spraying down the bowl. And now we're going to place that in the bowl like so. We're gonna cover this in plastic wrap and we're going to set it in a warm place for 30 minutes. I like to set my bowl inside my microwave, so 30 minutes just sitting in a warm spot. Now I'm gonna start on the rolls, and we need 1 1/2 cups of warm water. Siri, how many teaspoons is 3/4 of a tablespoon?
That would be 2.25 teaspoons.
Okay, so this recipe says 3/4 tablespoons of yeast, and I was like, 3/4 tablespoons? So I asked Siri, and that's 2.25 teaspoons. So, okay. So, I don't know. So I'm going to do what I think is 2.25 of yeast. So, in the bowl. I don't know. I'm gonna guess that. And we need the same amount of salt in as well. I'm gonna stir this. So it says to just add the flour in without getting it foamy. That seems odd to me, but I will do as I'm told. You'll need 3 to 3 1/2 cups of flour. And the recipe says it will be pretty sticky. I think you can definitely do this in your KitchenAid, but I'm just gonna show you without doing it that way. From the picture on the recipe, it looks like more of a biscuit consistency when it comes out of the slow cooker, so I'm really intrigued to see. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the 1/2 cup in. Doesn't say to spray the bowl, but I'm going to. So I'm also gonna cover this in saran wrap. Stick it in a warm spot and let it double in size. Okay friends, we are gonna put some parchment paper down at the bottom of our slow cookers. Let's spray these down. I'm gonna take my olive oil spray and I'm gonna spray these. It's gonna get a little icky, but by spraying them that way, you've gotten all the crevices. There we go, ready to go. All right, here's my dough. It doubled in size. I'm gonna just place that right in. And her recipe says to sprinkle some rosemary on top, and I think that sounds so good, so let's do that. I love herb bread. My friend Tiffany made me an herb bread one time when I wasn't feeling good. That's when I learned about the chicken orzo soup, and oh, I need the recipe to her herb bread. It's so good. All right, there's some rosemary. It's gonna be delicious. This is going to cook on high for 2 hours. So here is our dough for the rolls. We're gonna punch this down, and I'm gonna break it up into 8s, and then we're gonna roll it into balls and place it in our slow cooker. Okay, we have the 8 balls in there. We're gonna put the cover on, and it's gonna cook for 1 hour on high. All right, the bread should be done. All right, I'm gonna lift it out by the parchment paper and get it on this cooling rack that I have right here. Would you look at that? The sides are all golden brown. Oh, look at that loaf. So I'm gonna let it cool for just a little bit, and then we'll cut into it and put some butter and see what the inside looks like. All right, the rolls are done. They look good. Let's take them out. Whew, that is hot. You can see my finger marks here. Whew, doggy. Ooh, they're golden brown on the edges. Yum. Okay, you can even take some butter, brush the tops. If you want to put them under the broiler and brown them up, you can, but these did beautifully. All right, look at that. So you can pull them apart. They're nice and hot, and you look at that. Oh, these are big, big rolls. So if you wanted to make them smaller, of course, but oh, it smells so good. But they pull apart, and here are your rolls. Oh my word, look at that. All right, let's dive into this. This just looks so good. It's crispy. Oh my word. Look at that. That is perfect bread. Let's put some butter on it and give it a taste. Look at the bottom, nice golden brown. That is amazing. Look at that. All right, let's put some butter on. All right, first bite. You guys can have it. Let's try it. Oh my gosh, that is good. And it's so soft, and wow. It worked, you guys. It's delicious. All right, let's take a bite of the roll. Oh my goodness. It is fluffy. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's good. Yum. I wasn't too sure of how the rolls were gonna taste. Very, very good. These are 2 thumbs up. So good. I hope you enjoy this. If you do this, what do you do? Tips, tricks, advice, please leave them down below. I hope you guys are doing awesome, and we'll see you soon. Bye.